All right, what's going on, y'all? I'm glad y'all are here in my Patreon, ready to receive these lessons. We just gonna get started right now. One of the biggest things that you all have talked to me about and asked me about is my practice routine. How do I practice? How do I develop speed? How do I develop my left hand strength, my foot speed, and a bunch of different things? So this lesson right here is going to cover that. It's going to cover how I develop my speed, how I develop my left hand, how I develop my foot, and to make it all come together and be in sync with each other. So this first practice lesson that I'm going to give you all is just singles between your hand and your foot. Basic. We're going to get right to it. We're going to start on the snare, and then we're going to go across the toms. So here we go. The metronome is going to be at 100 BPM. So here we go. 1, 2, quarter notes. Switch. Simple quarter notes. And then we take it to eighth notes. So, stop the metronome. So, you see there already, you start to develop a feel for it. I know the tempo is slow right now, maybe slow for some of you and maybe fast for some of you. You can start your BPM at 50 BPM, 75, 80, whatever you want to start it at, wherever is comfortable for you. You just do that. Do quarter notes and do eighth notes just to start off with. We'll get into the 16ths and whatever else after that. But I would sit down for about 10 to 20 minutes before I start practicing music or anything that I'm doing. Sit down for about 10 to 20 minutes, I would say, and really, really try to focus in on that and develop your sync between your hands and your feet, so to where it's not choppy, like or sounds like a stutter. You know what I mean? You want it to be flowing like dun da dun da dun da dun da, like clockwork. And I'll show you all the faster version of that now, and I'll go between my rack toms that I have here, which you all will be able to see on the other angle. But I'm going to go from my snare to my rack toms, and I'm going to do a couple different combinations, just using quarters and eighths. Sorry, just using quarters and eighths. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So those are just a couple things that you could do, just to start developing that speed. Maybe I'll go on to 16ths now. Let's give it a test run and see how it sounds at 16ths, between my hands and between my feet, just for singles. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. to get there, and just doing that consistently. I'm not sure if you practice every day. I don't really have a set practice routine, but I do make sure that I get time to practice each and every day, whether it's on my real drum set or whether it's just on a pillow or practice pad, whatever it is, just to keep your hands warm. So just doing that consistently and just boosting up the BPM every now and again. You start there, and then you start speeding up. You start speeding up, so then it becomes a thing to where now it feels natural to you. And that's all you really want with practice. You want whatever you're practicing to come and feel natural to you, so that, let's say when you're on a gig or when you're just at a shed or something like that, you're now being able to play whatever it is that you just practiced days before, months before, or just whenever. You want to practice it enough so that you become consistent in doing it and that it becomes comfortable to you.